Live from the 2023 Women's Leadership Summit presented by the Greater North Fulton Chamber of Commerce, it's time for North Fulton Business Radio. Now here's your host.
And hello again, everyone. John Ray with Business Radio X, and we're back at the Women's Leadership Summit here, sponsored and operated by the Greater North Fulton Chamber. And one of the primary sponsors of this event is the Mercer University School of Business, and I'm honored to have the Dean of the School of Business, Julie Petherbridge, with us. Julie, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and this is what, the second year, right? Or is it more? That you sponsored this event?
I think this is the second year.
Yeah, it's at least the second year because I interviewed you last year at this event. But for those, let's talk about Mercer for a second, what's going on there. Tell everyone what's going on at the School of Business.
The great part is we're at record enrollment, and especially in the business school, we're the highest we've had since the 90s.
Everybody wants to be the bear.
Absolutely.
I love it.
And it's funny, our football team just made the playoffs for the first time in its history.
There you go.
And yes, it's a great time to be a bear. But in the business school itself, we're still moving into a lot of different graduate programs and different things like that. But we've really looked at retooling, reskilling the workforce, so especially within analytics, cybersecurity, fintech, and things like that. So there's lots of different new programs, short and long ones within executive education too. And so it's a unique education that you can find what fits you.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly from our past times together, one of the things that was really important, that you thought was really important, was to give students that want a taste of a particular subject area where they could go get a certificate. And then if they want to dive deeper, they can do that.
That's exactly right. Okay. Especially within business analytics, they could do 4 courses, graduate credit, and then they can actually expand and actually go in and get the full Masters of Science in that.
Yeah, that's terrific. And one of the things you were talking about when you were giving your sponsor remarks was you've got a lot of different ways for people to connect, whether it's in person or online.
Absolutely. And especially with people always said, COVID changed and everyone wants to go online. We've been online way before that. And in Atlanta traffic, most of us would rather just log in. But what's interesting, though, is especially in the Atlanta community or in North Fulton area, our campus is close enough. So they're online students, but then we just had a social mingle on campus that they could meet and network and all that. And so they still can get some of those in-person experiences, but still take their classes online.
Yeah, that's terrific. Talk about some of the connections you have with the business community, because I know that's important as well, giving students that access to what's going on in the wider business world.
Our mission, we've really shifted our mission within the business school, and it's on outcomes.
Yeah.
And it's also making sure we provide that student, that first employee that has all those skill sets, those soft skills and those things, so they have value to companies. But we do a lot within North Fulton, Metro Chamber, different ones, because that's where our students live. And that's where they're looking for those promotions and things like that.
Yeah.
But we have so many speakers coming in. I have Jim Allen from the Braves is actually speaking on Thursday. It's nice, and it gives exposure to the students.
Yeah.
But it also opens up those companies to different job opportunities for the student side.
For sure. That's terrific. Let's talk about Mercer's involvement with the Chamber, and specifically this event. Mercer's touches the Greater North Fulton Chamber in a lot of different ways. But you've chosen to really be very visible at the Women's Leadership Summit now here for 2 years in a row. So talk about why that is.
I'm a CPA. I was in a very male-dominated industry, and especially at the time I came in. And women leaders, we have a different lifestyle and different things and different pressures and different things within it. And so it's very important to me, especially mentoring the new leaders below me. And so this is a great opportunity to bring them for professional development, but also just a community to share how do we make it through some of the struggles that we have.
Sure.
Like I've learned I still don't have someone clean my house. I don't know why. My mom raised me that you have to clean your house. And so I'm definitely going to take up and I'm going to get a cleaning lady.
There you go.
Your time is valuable. So
we heard that from Jennifer, one of our speakers, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So the I guess you mentioned accounting, and accounting is one of those areas that has been very male dominated. And maybe you can talk, if you want to talk about from a Mercer perspective, just what you're doing to encourage women to look at some of these male dominated areas and industries, because there is opportunity there, right?
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I actually think we have an advantage because it's sought after.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that I think we have more females in our Masters of Accountancy program and our undergrad programs than we have males right now. And even within finance. And so it's a great opportunity. And we have just as many female faculty as we do male faculty. And so it really shows them what they can do. And so I love to be able to do that with the students. That's one of the things I enjoy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, and there's, in accounting in particular, there's a huge shortage, right? And the demographics are such that the ladies that are going into that field should do real well.
And the nice part is, and the field, because of the shortage, they're having to get creative to be able to have a better balanced work life.
Yeah.
And we can't do the 80 hours a week
Right.
and some of that during tax season and
Yeah.
some of those features. And so they're really getting it so that it's a great area for a career.
Yeah.
I've never got to miss a single school party for my kids, but yet I could still be a professional and grow within the industry. And we're getting way better at that.
Yeah, that's terrific. So what have you heard today that's, besides the fact that you need to get a house cleaner, what have you heard today that stands out for you?
To show up to what you want to be, to that next job. If you want to move up, you need to show up and you need to set your priorities. Look at your time. Look at where you're spending it, because that's really your priority. And you need to start prioritizing your time and your money where you really want to be. And
wow.
that's one of the things for me. We get bogged down in some of that day to day. And so it's definitely one of the major takeaways for me is, where am I spending my time, and shift it and make it right.
Yeah, wow. That's terrific. Julie, thank you so much for your support of this event. It's an important event for our chamber and for obviously the women in business part of our chamber, but really for our community. So thank you for that support. For those that want to know more about Mercer, maybe want to hear about some of those certificate programs and whatnot, how can they connect and learn more?
They can just reach out to business.mercer.edu. And so it's super easy, and they can always reach out to me. I'm real easy to find.
Yeah, that's terrific. I can't believe you were a CPA.
I'm a CPA.
You've got too much personality to be a CPA.
Everyone tells me that. I'm an extrovert, so that's what makes it fun.
I love it. I love it. Julie Petherbridge, folks, the Dean of the School of Business at Mercer University. Julie, thanks again so much.
Thank you so much.